Number 1. Too much conflict of ideas or values. If a relationship would work, both persons would have to at least share similar beliefs about some basic things. The same is for marriage. For a successful long-term relationship or marriage, you both must have some ideas and values in common. If both of you have nothing in common, you're not compatible in interests or activities, then marriage will not work between you both. This is because a conflict of opinions will always lead to disagreements, fights, and other issues. For a marriage to work, you should have at least some activities, interests, and knowledge in common. It's hard to be together if you both have different beliefs on major issues. Some major issues to consider are the issues of location. A marriage is less likely to work out successfully if you both aren't based in the same location. It's therefore necessary to make a compromise on where is best to live. If both of you have different long-term plans regarding where to settle down, then this is something that would hinder a successful marriage. Another issue that could cause conflict is the matter of kids. If your partner wants kids and you don't want kids, or vice versa, a marriage most likely won't work. If the relationship proceeds to marriage in the long run, one partner would feel unfulfilled, and it may cause pain and extreme bitterness. If you have different religions, it could be hard for a marriage to work, especially when you have children. The children would have a hard time trying to choose from two religions. Your partner may believe strongly in the family before anything else, while for you, it may be that your career always comes first, or vice versa in any case. Such a difference would only cause huge hurt and misunderstanding. The difference may be in methods of finances. Maybe you're frugal and your partner loves to spend a lot. Then it'll be hard to make a balance. If you're experiencing major differences in the issues regarding kids, location, money, and religion, and you've tried to reach a compromise that is pleasing to both parties severally, but it's not working, then a marriage between you two will not work. Number 2. Both of you are always fighting. Fighting usually happens between dating or married couples. However, if both of you fight every time about one thing or the other, it's a sign that marriage between the both of you will not work. If both of you are fighting over everything, or you're fighting over the same issue over and over again, it's a sign that you are losing patience in dealing with each other. Some level of argument with your partner indeed shows that you both can express yourselves to each other. However, if you're constantly arguing or disagreeing about one thing or the other, it's a sign that marriage between you both will not work. Usually, couples fight now and then. However, there should be more times of serenity and peace than these times of fights. If the relationship has reached a point where it's putting you down or draining you psychologically and emotionally, then know that a marriage between you both at this present moment would fail. A marriage between you both will not work if you both are fighting over the same issue, and you've been unable to conclude for several months or years. The fight may be about anything at all, but the point is that if your relationship does more of putting you down and leaving you weary, then a marriage between you both can't work. Maybe your partner can't let the past go. Like an archaeologist, they're always digging up the past and bringing it up to hurt you. They don't recognize that the past is the past for a reason. For marriage to work, both partners would need to learn to forgive each other and move on from those mistakes. A sign that marriage will not work is the constant upbringing of ugly memories. Digging up old arguments that have already been moved past is a sign that your relationship isn't very balanced and that you both don't feel very connected to each other as you once did. If your partner is having a hard time recognizing that you've changed from who you were when you hurt them, then your partner is still living in the past and is trying to drag you along with them. Arguing is already bad enough, but keeping score is much worse. It means that someone has been holding grudges. If you or your partner are getting stuck in the past and always fighting, then it's a sign that marriage would not work out between the two of you. Every couple indeed has issues. However, there should still be joy, peace, and happiness in the relationship. When disagreements and issues come up, you both should be capable of solving your disagreements. What would make a marriage not work between you both is if you both are incapable of solving your disagreements or issues. Perhaps in your relationship, it's as though no matter how much you try, you can't reach a solution when you're both in a conflict. If this is the case in your relationship, then a marriage between you both can't work. If having a life partner has become a big source of exhaustion for you for any reason, if your relationship with your partner always seems to leave you in apprehension and discomfort regularly, then a marriage between you two will not work. If you're always in doubt, still dwelling on a previous relationship and wondering what sort of life you would have had with your ex, then marriage will most likely not work between you two. Number 3. You feel too lucky to have them, or you feel the need to change them. If you constantly feel the need to change your partner, then something is wrong. It means you don't like them for who they are. Perhaps you think that you're too good for your partner, that you're not meant for them. In a loving relationship, you shouldn't think that a person doesn't deserve you or that you don't deserve your partner. You both should be comfortable just being yourselves, and you shouldn't feel the need to be changing your partner's personality or manner of life, how they dress, or the things they like to eat, or places they love to go. Changing someone is drastically unloving and manipulative because you're trying to create a perfect figure for yourself, and it means that you don't truly love your partner for who they are. Perhaps your partner isn't meeting up with your expectations, so you keep trying to change them to fit your requirements. If you're having to do this every time, then this person isn't for you. If they were you, wouldn't be having the need to change your partner because you can't stand them. You constantly feel the need to pick on every little thing that your partner does. If everything they do doesn't seem to fit you, then you aren't meant for each other, and marriage between you two can't work. While you shouldn't be trying to change your partner, it's also necessary that you don't feel so lucky to have them in your life. You should of course appreciate your partner and their help towards you. However, you shouldn't feel inferior to them. If you are in a place where your partner constantly rubs it in your face that you should feel grateful that they chose you, then a marriage between you both can't work. This is because if you marry such a person, you would constantly be at the mercy of such a person. So if you're in a relationship where you feel you have to up your standards to your partner's standard, and that you have to do so many things to keep them because they seem so precious and exquisite, then a marriage between you both can't work, because you would constantly feel the need to change yourself for your partner. If you're in the right relationship, your partner won't treat you as though you should be grateful that you got lucky for them choosing you. They should love you for your true self. Number 4. Bad communication. If both of you have now come to a point where communication is difficult, then it means you and your partner have stopped caring about the relationship between you both. If you don't talk about your conflicts anymore, or you don't bother resolving disagreements or talking about important issues, it means that something has gone bad. When you both keep acting like this, there is a possibility that you both would explode into a massive argument that would end the relationship. If this has been the case lately, then marriage will not work. If you both can't fight or communicate a disagreement, even when something is wrong, it means you both are expressing your indifference to the relationship. A couple should be able to speak about touchy subjects, uncomfortable decisions, and conversations about several things like finance, kids, and family. If every time you talk about a touchy issue, it's as though you're nagging, then a marriage between you and your partner can't work. For a marriage to work, you both must spend time together. If, for any reason, you notice that you don't feel like spending time with your partner, and it's as though being with them is more of a burden than a blessing, it's possible that you no longer care about the relationship between you two. Therefore, a marriage between you both can't work. In your relationship, there should be communication. Both of you should be the most important persons in each other's lives. If you notice that you have someone else you always feel like calling when you're emotionally down or when you have something to celebrate, it's obvious that you don't value your partner as the best and first in your life. Then a marriage can't work between you two. Marriage is a partnership, so it's important to share with your partner the information and decisions about your life and things that would affect them or your relationship.